Hey guys, what's going on? So today I'm going to be sharing some tips and advice for high school seniors. So if you are a current freshman, sophomore, or junior watching this, I made some tips and advice videos for you guys that I will link down in the description below. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and we'll get right into it. So, as you guys probably know, senior year gets really stressful. For me, senior year was the most stressful year out of any of my years in high school, and that is because you are trying to handle applying to college while at the same time doing your homework for all your classes. So it gets really hard. If you guys haven't already, I would make a whole list of all the schools that you are thinking about applying to. Now, in order to make this easier for you guys, I know some people tend to make spreadsheets for this. I actually use this app called CollegeHunch. This is not sponsored, by the way. But I found this app called CollegeHunch, and it shows you all the different universities. You can scroll through them, they give you a recommended, or you can type in a certain university and they give you a whole list of all the information that you need. So it has like the average GPA of incoming freshmen, it has the average SAT score, it has a whole bunch of information just in general, like the average ACT score as well. So it gives you all this information. So I highly recommend using CollegeHunch. It's just a lot easier, saves you a lot more time than making a spreadsheet. If you guys don't know this already, you need to apply to at least 3 schools. It's highly recommended though that you apply to more. First, you should apply to a safety school, which is basically a college or university that you know that you have a higher GPA or SAT score or ACT score than the average admitted student at that university. Then you need to apply to a match school, which is a university or college that you know you have about the average GPA or SAT score to get in. And then lastly, you need to apply to a reach school. And this is a school that basically you have maybe a little lower GPA or SAT or ACT score, or maybe a lot lower than that, and you aren't sure that you're going to get in. These are usually your Ivy League schools because those are highly competitive. Next tip is get your college essays done as soon as possible. The prompts for those essays usually come out in the summer, usually late summer. Pretty much all colleges, I think, have around the same prompt. They just have different wording or like slightly different, but it's around the same thing. So you can literally write an essay about one topic and it can apply to all the schools that you apply to. I highly recommend you get your essay done within the first quarter of senior year, because beyond that, it's going to get a lot more stressful. So have your essay done, or try to have your essay done by the first quarter. And in order to help you guys write your essays, what I did was I actually looked up a bunch of college essay examples. Now, you can't copy these at all whatsoever because your college essays need to be about you and your personal experiences. So you cannot copy or even paraphrase the essays that you find for examples. And if you do that, you know, the colleges, they have Turnitin or some kind of website where they put all your essays through to make sure that you aren't plagiarizing. So really just use those as examples and to get your thoughts going. And to actually apply for college, I highly recommend using Common App. Common App is a website where you can apply to a bunch of different universities. Most universities are in Common App or like in partnership with Common App. Some universities though aren't. So if you can't find the university that you want to apply to on Common App, try Coalition. It's basically the same thing as Common App, just a little different. But with Common App, it really helps to save you time because all your basic information is already plugged into that website, so you don't have to go and put in your basic information every single time that you apply to a college. It's literally just one application that you can just send to a bunch of different colleges. So it really saves you time. Again, try to fill out your Common App application during your first quarter of senior year because like I said, beyond that, it gets a lot more stressful. And also when you apply, you have to decide if you want to apply with early action, early decision, or regular decision. So you can only apply to one university with early decision, and that is because it is legally binding. Meaning if you get accepted into that university, you have to go there. So definitely be selective if you are going to apply with early decision. And if you didn't really do well last semester during your junior year and you really need the colleges to see that first semester grades from your senior year, I highly recommend using regular decision. Just be careful with regular decision because you need to apply early with that. Usually regular decision is a rolling admissions kind of thing, which means it's a first come first served basis. So the people that apply earlier will get seen earlier, and therefore you have a higher chance of getting accepted compared to when you apply later and they have to be very selective on who they're going to accept. And if you are applying to a university that requires a letter of recommendation, then please talk to your teachers or guidance counselors during the first quarter of your senior year, because you need to give them enough time to write the letter of recommendation. I would say give them at least 2 weeks and more to write that letter of recommendation, because they are very, very busy, and they probably have, if they're a well-known teacher, they probably have a lot of students asking them for letters of recommendation as well. So you need to make sure that you have that set in stone and early so that you can have it before the due date, and that way you're not stressing out when you don't have your letter of recommendation and you really need it to apply like the next day. And along with the letters of recommendation, you also need to plan out when you're going to get your transcript or when you can send off your transcript, because you need to get those done in a timely manner as well, especially because transcripts take like a week or two to be delivered, and they also take a little bit to be fully printed out and sealed and everything like that. So you need to plan that out ahead of time. And yes, senioritis is a real thing, but don't slack off completely during senior year, especially because the university that you are planning on going to will receive your final transcript, which means that they will see the grades that you got during senior year. And remember that once you are accepted into university, that decision can still be changed, meaning if you get really bad grades your senior year, or you like post something bad on social media and they see that, they can reject that admission. And I've said this in previous videos as well, but you should be applying to as many scholarships as possible. That way it will help you pay off your tuition. Some people even go to school completely for free because they've gotten so many scholarships. So definitely try to apply to as many scholarships as you can. And also, most importantly, do enjoy your senior year. Go to as many events as possible, because this is your last year to experience anything in high school. So go to prom, go to your football games, go to homecoming, go to your pep rallies, go do as much as you can do, because it should be memorable for you. Your last year of high school really should be memorable. But yeah, guys, that's all my tips and advice for you guys today. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below for more. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye, guys. I don't know how I like that. Okay. No. Okay, I feel like one of those has to do. But I'll do one more. It's just I don't know if I like that. I don't even know if I should say that. Eve, no. It's kind of good.